The following feature presentation is part of the Skywalking Network.
This is what you can look forward to on Batuu. I mean, episode 251 of Skywalking Through Neverland. My 16-year-old dream's coming true. Ah.
We found the successor to Secret Squirrel.
Uh-oh.
What? This is something I'll never be, but I'm excited.
Now, the blue and green milk is very divisive.
And this is where the name Moaning Myrtle comes in.
Yeah. And you go under the archway and you see the Millennium Falcon.
We both jumped to hyperspace together.
It was awesome.
Isn't that sweet?
Are you ready?
Welcome to Neverland.
Here we go.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land.
When I first made Star Wars, everybody in Hollywood said, well, this is a movie Disney should have made.
You're more than just fans. You're family.
Best day ever!
Secret Squirrel.
It's about family, and that's what's so powerful about it.
Hey.
When you use a bird to write with, it's called tweeting.
When we visit the world of Disney, we never grow old. It's a Peter Pan, Never Land that keeps us young in heart.
This is Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you are skywalking through Neverland. I have a good feeling about this.
Hey, Skywalkers! Are you ready to explore the Outer Rim? Or, as we're calling it now, Galaxy's Edge?
Woo!
If so, then we want to welcome you all to Skywalking Through Neverland. We are your podcast destination for the many decades of your Star Wars, Disney, and Marvel fandom. I am Richard Woloski, but now everyone please say hello to the mother of all Lothcats, my sweetie wife Sarah.
Is that because we were just watching Game of Thrones too?
Of course it is. And you just bought a Lothcat, so it all works.
Woohoo! Not the mother of dragons, the mother of Lothcats. That's right. Well, it's...
What did Daenerys name her dragons?
Oh, one was... Oh, goodness. Oh, jeez.
She named one Kira.
No.
No, all right.
Wow.
So face
Skywalkers
huggers
are going to tell us.
Can you look that up for us?
In the meantime, it's time to give a big Wookiee hug to our family of Skywalkers. Thank you for listening to the show every single week, and also for watching live on Facebook right now, where you're helping us because one of her dragons is named Drogon.
Drogon the Lothcat.
There you... Ooh.
Okay. And then you really would be the mother of all Lothcats. Oh, no, I don't want to say that because that means you'll want to go back and get more Lothcats.
Ooh.
All right, moving right along.
When they make a white Loth kitty.
Yeah, hey, where are we recording from? Oh, yeah, Long Beach, California on June the 5th, 2019. Now, Minnie, how many more hours until we get to go to Galaxy's Edge again?
It's 7:43. Good evening.
So what she meant by that is 3 more days.
Yeah. All right. Well, this episode of Skywalking Through Neverland is proudly sponsored by Small World Vacations. They are a diamond level Disney vacation planner travel agency and can help you book your trip to Galaxy's Edge on either coast. So all of you on the East Coast, all you Skywalkers who are like, oh my gosh, I need to get to Galaxy's Edge, give Small World Vacations a call. And best of all, their service is free of charge, so you can head to smallworldvacations.com for a no obligation price quote and tell them that Skywalking Through Neverland sent you.
So take advantage of all the free stuff, like the Small World Vacation service, because once you get to Galaxy's Edge, ain't nothing free.
No.
Ain't nothing free at all.
Everything is expensive, but awesome.
So it kind of weighs out by going to Small World Vacations.
Yes.
That's a win-win for everybody.
Aw.
All right, now, on this episode, we're going to be talking about our entire Galaxy's Edge opening day experience and what we're able to do and how we got lucky at certain points and how the drama llama reared its ugly head once again.
Oh.
We found the successor to Secret Squirrel.
Uh-oh.
And her name is Moaning Myrtle.
Oh.
Oh. All right, now, before we get into all of that, we have a great offer here from our good friend and original Mace from the Ewok Adventure, Eric Walker.
Hey, Skywalkers! This is Eric Walker, Star Wars First Mace, the OM, the original, and I'm here for a special announcement. For the first time ever, I'm making available the cast and the crew shirts from Caravan of Courage, the Ewok Adventure. This has never been released before, so here's your chance to go grab a part of Star Wars history. These shirts will only be available for a limited time, so go to ericwalkermusic.com for more details. And remember, never land on Alderaan, or the forest moon of Endor for that matter.
Yep. So, are you guys ready? Are you ready to hear about this experience?
All of it.
All of it. Oh my goodness. Well, on May 31st, the opening day of Galaxy's Edge, the 8 p.m. to midnight slot, we went there at about, 1 p.m., 2 p.m.?
Yeah.
Expecting to see lines and lines and lines of cars, endless lines of cars to get in. And we even were thinking of, taking like an Uber or a Lyft over because we didn't know how the parking was going to be. And I kept on checking the Twitter because Disneyland Today is like the Twitter that you check to tell when the parking garages are closed. Nothing was closed. So we drove on in. We got to the parking garage. We breezed right through. No lines. We breezed right through the tram and all the security checkpoints.
And we're looking at our calendars going, today is May 31st, right?
Right?
Is it May 30th?
Yeah. So I think the threat of this descendants upon Disneyland by, Galaxy's Edge people, kept people away. And rides were 5 minutes, 10-minute waits. It was literally walk-ons. So I think the only people in the parks were people who had Galaxy's Edge reservations.
And they were all over at Galaxy's Edge, so the park was like a ghost town.
It was really awesome.
So once we got in, we raced right over there to Launch Bay because that's where you get your bracelets, your wristbands, exactly. Mm-hmm. And they had extra merchandise over there. Now, this wasn't Galaxy's Edge merchandise per se. They had a little bit that smugglers, and I use that in quotes, smugglers got out of Galaxy's Edge and brought over to Launch Bay to sell right over there. So they had a little bit of merchandise there, but most of it was for opening day. Mm-hmm. So some t-shirts would say May 31st, 2019, Galaxy's Edge, and there were certain pins with Galaxy's Edge and the data on it as well. And we got the pin. We're flush with t-shirts. Don't need any more t-shirts. So we got this really nice pin. And they call it a pin. I don't know why.
No.
It weighs 5 pounds.
It's the jumbo pin.
Yeah.
But it's really it's kind of like a heavy ornament. Honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you put that on a small person, it's gonna knock them right over. So we had to get that.
Yeah, and it said May 31st, 2019 on it.
Right, and we did take some video in there, which we did post that day.
Yes.
So you can see some of that.
That's on our Instagram, actually.
Right. And right about this time, we met Skywalker Derek and his family. Mm-hmm. And how did we know it was Derek?
He was wearing the Skywalker's Rise t-shirt. Oh, there's no missing that shirt.
Yeah, and just that previous weekend, he and his daughter were at a convention, not sure which one, but they were both wearing their Skywalker's Rise shirts, and that was so nice to see. And we saw quite a few people with Skywalker Rise shirts.
Yeah, we saw it. We met another woman last night who had it as well.
Yeah, from Nostalgia?
Yes. Oh, so cool. So, yeah, we've seen a couple of those shirts in Disneyland and in Galaxy's Edge.
Just when you thought your excitement couldn't get any higher, someone walks up wearing your podcast t-shirt.
Amazing.
Boom.
Amazing.
So that was really fun getting to see Derek and his family. And we thought, hey, we can't separate right now. We gotta go meet Chewbacca.
Yes.
Come on, we all gotta go get a Wookiee hug. And so we went to Chewie's line and, oh, wait a minute. Before we go any further.
Yes.
Let's cue the Drama Llama signal. So we're in line to see Chewbacca, and this woman
She's a cast member, though, right?
A cast member, yes. She comes out to meet us, and she's in character and all. And hey, you guys here to see Chewbacca? She says. And I say, no, I'm here to see Lumpy. Is Lumpy in there? And she's like, And then all of a sudden, her demeanor changed. It's like, what just happened here? I said, is Itchy or Mala in there? Hoping to get some kind of a chuckle out of her or something. So then she says to me, oh, we don't acknowledge those characters here. All right. Gloves come off.
Okay, but Richard's buttons were pressed.
Yeah, it's like, oh, all right, you did not just say that. And she said that Disney told us not to refer to those characters. They don't visit our timeline. Oh, now my blood is boiling.
But you're still like a jokey.
Yeah, because I thought that's kind of odd.
So what did you say?
And I'm trying to tell her about the holiday special and the Wookiees and the fact that present day canon has now included Mala, Itchy, and Lumpy. So yes, they are part of canon.
And you know how Richard gets when he has a point. He gets kind of loud and excited.
And I wasn't getting belligerent. I wasn't trying to go, oh, hey, you should listen to me. I know more than you do. I wasn't trying to pull like fandom rank on her.
Oh, no.
I was just letting her know that, just to let you know, just in case you don't know, because I don't expect all those cast members to know all angles of Star Wars. So I just told her that, yes, these characters are now in canon. So you've got to refer to them. And she's getting upset. And I don't know. Are you in character? Are you really upset? I don't know.
Right.
But here comes, and Chewbacca comes over.
Yeah, Chewbacca comes over and starts to give, what, to give you a hug first?
Gave me a hug.
Yeah.
And then gave the other woman,
the CM, cast member,
we're going to call her Moaning Myrtle.
Okay.
You'll know why. Gives her a hug, and I just happen to say, hey, Chewie, she's not referring to your family as being canon. And Chewie gives her a tighter hug.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, come on. I read that as, no, you got to give my family, you got to consider them because they are canon.
Yeah.
Now I'm really reading into all this. So Chewie takes us all, we're taking pictures, getting Wookiee hugs.
Yeah, we're getting our normal pictures.
And we're having some fun, and Chewie is just having a ball with us. He's giving each one of us hugs and taking lots and lots of pictures and having a great time.
Yeah, and then that moment was forgotten about the Lumpy and whatever, all that.
Yeah,
you know,
it was
wasn't
fun.
a big
you know
deal.
What? If you don't think the holiday special is canon, take a knee because we're gonna have a discussion. But never in the way that, hey, you know what? I'm going to talk down to you.
No,
it's I want to tell you all about this.
Okay, so then we're done taking pictures, right?
We're done taking pictures.
We get our pass cards, we get whatever we need, and we're walking out the door of Chewie's door. And then we're met by another cast member.
A lead.
A lead cast member.
Yeah.
And
and she says...
And we're like all joking, having fun. We're about to move on to our next thing.
And she says, we would appreciate it if you didn't raise your voices to our cast members.
And all of a sudden we're like, what?
We're looking around going, what?
We're just naturally loud.
Yeah, exactly. We're having fun in there. But never was a voice raised to someone just like, hey, over here, look at Chewie's over here. Chewie, give me a big hug and look at all this. And yeah, Mala, Itchy, and Lumpy. Yeah, of course they're part of canon now. You know, getting excited. So my mind's starting to reel like, what is she talking about?
Yeah.
Is she in character? Is she out of character? I don't know. So here's me and Sarah and Derek and Dave Scale. We're trying to figure this out. What's going on? And
so the cast member or the lead,
she
starts saying, "Oh well, you know, you hurt our cast member.
You hurt her feelings." And this is where the name Moaning Myrtle comes in.
Yeah.
She kept saying, "Just please do not raise your voices." You look around, everyone's raising their voices at Disneyland.
Yeah.
So how did, let us know. How did we hurt anyone's feeling? There was no name calling. There was no putting anyone down. There was no one was being condescending.
No, we weren't yelling like upset about something like, oh, we didn't get to meet Chewie. Like we didn't swear. It was
of course not.
Very weird. It was like, and what's odd is like when Richard, you were talking about that, I was actually talking to someone else in line behind me. So I just noticed you guys were talking about the holiday special, but I didn't think anything of it. So it was like blindsided when we got out of that room. All of a sudden, the cast member was like, "Oh, you hurt that cast member's feelings," and it's it just was very weird.
We kept asking her to, you know what? Can you give us an example? Can you dive deeper into this because we're still kind of confused? Oh, just to let you know, don't raise your voice. Oh. Can you give it when?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And she just kept looping around to don't raise your voice. Oh, I'm gonna raise my voice in a second. Because first of all, you should have just let it go.
Yeah.
Because
it's like, we'll be gone. You won't have to deal with us ever again.
Had we actually been yelling at someone? No, I'm not gonna ever yell at anyone if they don't know something. I get excited when they don't know something, and I want to tell them all about it.
Yeah.
But never, ever, ever should anyone yell at anyone for not knowing a piece of Star Wars trivia or information.
Yeah.
So Dave Scale, Dave wants to take everything to the mat.
Yeah.
So he wanted to go to City Hall and complain about this woman because you don't complain to guests about hurting someone's feeling when you can't really define how the feelings were hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So what she did was very inappropriate, in my opinion. We didn't go to City Hall.
No.
Yeah, I would say about 13 to 15 seconds later, we've forgotten all about it.
Except for right now.
Right.
We're like, we're going to talk about this on the show.
We're not going to take out time and go, no, come on.
No, I mean, I guess her feelings were hurt, so it's like, okay, well, I guess we'll just go on our merry way. But it was just odd that the cast member, it was like, it's something that maybe a guest would say, hey, you hurt my feelings to a cat, they would say that to a cast member, but not the other way around. But it was just very odd.
This woman took it so far as to go and tell her lead that her feelings were hurt.
Yeah.
But yet they couldn't tell us how her feelings were hurt.
Yeah. It was weird.
We're going to put that up there with Secret Squirrel.
Yes. But right after our Moaning Myrtle encounter, we went to Star Tours.
Oh, here we go.
All right, because we had about, 2 hours before our Galaxy's Edge reservation.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided, all right, let's go ride Star Tours, because Star Tours, of course, drops you off in Batuu.
Right. I thought, okay, if there's any time that I'm going to be Rebel Spy, this was the day.
So we went on Star Tours, and what's fun, this is, okay, tip number 1, if you have a reservations to Galaxy's Edge, before you go, ride Star Tours. Because I know for us, when we were there, we rode Star Tours as a really fun crowd, and when we arrived on Batuu, everyone cheered inside the car. It was so much fun. But then there was something else that happened.
Or something that didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
I wasn't the Rebel Spy.
Aww.
Again.
You guessed it, John.
Yeah. John on as a facehugger.
Facebook.
Yep. Just said that. Let me guess who was not the Rebel Spy. Yep. It was me, but guess who it was? It was our good friend Derek.
Who I had just met.
He was the Rebel Spy.
You know what, Richard?
Not this guy.
You need the Skywalker's Rise t-shirt. Maybe that'll help.
Ah, dang. You know what? Maybe that's just the galaxy putting me in my place.
Oh, yeah.
But I had our celebration shirt on.
Yeah, you did.
So, all right. Explain that one. Now my feelings are hurt.
Aww.
Where's Moaning Myrtle? We're going to huddle in a corner together.
The art of the bribe. Thanks, Jeremy. I suppose. But see, that's the thing. He doesn't want anyone to tell them to pick him. He just wants to be chosen.
It should be coming naturally.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if that's happening.
I don't know.
All right. So should we tell them about our experience?
All right. Now let's get into it.
Primed and ready.
So now let's say now it's about 7 p.m.
Yes.
And we thought, let's go over to the Galaxy's Edge area. There's no official line, but just let's get over there an hour early and see what happens.
We should note that there are 3 entrances to Galaxy's Edge. There's the Frontierland entrance, which is the middle one, and that's kind of the main one. And then there's the Fantasyland entrance, and then there's the Critter Country entrance. And we were routed over to the Critter Country entrance. That was the only way in for this time, which I really wanted to go in the Frontierland entrance, but unless you have the 8 a.m. reservation, that's the only reservation that'll go through that Frontierland awesome rock work entrance that we all took our pictures by.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that was okay because when you enter the Critter Country entrance, you're on the resistance side. And right now, the only thing over there is the Rise of the Resistance attraction, which is not working right now. So what they do is they bring you all in as a group partway in to the land, all the way up to the X-Wing and the A-Wing.
Yeah, so that's the resistance area.
Yeah.
And you look to the left, you'll see the entrance to what will become the Rise of the Resistance coming in August or November.
Yeah.
It has a huge gun turret. Awesome.
And you hear noises immediately when you walk in the land. You hear like noises.
Yeah.
You hear there's some kind of beast over there in the rock work.
You can even hear rustling.
Oh yeah.
Of the wooded areas next to you.
Yeah.
As if something is right there watching you.
Oh.
And then there's the X-Wing to the right, the Resistance X-Wing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Now the X-Wing is up on a platform, so that was very easy to see. And we're looking at our mobile app, the Disney Play app.
Yeah, the Disney Play app, which turns into, there are now data pads.
Right. So I'm looking at that and it says, wait a minute, it says here there's an A-Wing fighter. How big or small is this A-Wing fighter that we can't see it? And one of the cast members, who is now a Batuu citizen, said, it's over there, you gotta look really carefully. Well, you gotta look carefully because it's hidden behind a wall of people.
Yeah. But what was fun is the part that we were actually there in Galaxy's Edge waiting for an hour. And because of that, we were kind of on the side of a lot of the people, and the CMs were right there, one of whom was carrying a loth cat who I got to meet, and we got to interact with these Batuu citizens. And that was like one of the most fun parts because they were totally like in character.
Yeah, they've had weeks and probably months of training for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look on the ground, there's droid tracks, there's creature footsteps.
And okay, so this brings me to my tip though. Tip number 2, and that is just arrive in advance of your reservation about an hour before or so. And you know, the CMs will be bringing you slowly into Galaxy's Edge. You won't have to wait in Critter Country. You'll actually be in Galaxy's Edge while you're waiting. So you can do that. You can interact with your data pad without have to rushing around knowing where to go. And like one of the CMs had a Kowakian monkey lizard on his shoulder. So we got to see that.
You get to ask them about their backstories, which they love.
Yeah.
Because this is the first day they're able to really do this, aside from the press events. But now here's all the general public, and they were so excited to now go through their backstory, which everyone gets a chance to do. They get to write their own backstory for why they're there.
Yeah, it's super cool. And Tiffany says, interacting with the citizens is the favorite part. Love Vi.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to Vi Marati.
Tiffany on Facebook. Thank you very much.
Wow.
All right,
okay, so 8 p.m.?
8 p.m. arrives.
All right.
Now, would you equate this, Sarah, with the opening of a Star Wars film? The excitement level.
Oh, hell yeah. Sarah
now
swears.
I got to bleep that out. Come on. Creating more work.
It was so exciting. Like, this is our first time in. Everything is new. Like, you can kind of see what's up ahead, but you can't really see.
So just to go back to this. So this was just as exciting as a film opening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to hear more of that. Because for me, it was too, because films are fantastic. However, we're getting to do something that I myself have been dreaming of since 1977, when as a little kid I used to go to these little amusement parks, and I've always wanted to ride in X-Wings and Millennium Falcon, so I've been dreaming about this for 42 years, and now here it is. So I am getting really, really, really excited, and yeah, I would say this would rival a film release.
Yeah, oh yeah. And everyone is excited. Like and it's funny, each time we're brought a little further into the land, everyone puts up their phones like, oh, what's happening? What's happening? We want to capture the moment. It's really exciting.
And Chewbacca and Rey are there.
Yeah. Oh, it's so cool. So finally, 8 p.m. to midnight reservation means that the sun has actually gone down, but it's not dark yet.
No.
By the time 8 p.m. hits. At least now.
We have about a half an hour before the sun has completely sunk.
Yeah. So we really wanted to, at this point, we kind of had a plan to go to Oga's Cantina, but like, we were getting in the land and our plans were changing and we were getting all flustered and excited.
We had a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, all the way down to like Z.
Yeah, and then 8 p.m. hits and the plans flew out the window.
Yeah, out the window.
Richard, did you get like teary?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And I'm trying to record. I know this goes against everything that a fan like this should do, but you should just enjoy the moment. But
yeah.
I really wanted to record this moment.
Yeah.
This was such a big moment. I wanted to record it. So I'm recording and I'm looking around and just trying to take it all in because I want to just savor every moment. People were running in because they wanted to get to Smugglers Run and Oga's Cantina, but no, we just wanted to slowly go in and savor every single step because with every step, you saw something new.
And I do have to say that I actually had the binaural microphones on. So we have recorded our experience of walking in. And that entire audio will be released to the Skywalking Force as a couple special episodes because we recorded a lot of footage about that.
Yeah.
So we'll play just a bit of it here for you, but the majority of it will be for the Skywalking Force.
Skywalking Force.
Whoa.
We're going in, exclamation.
Oh my goodness. And you can head to skywalkingforce.com to check that out. All right, so I see that Tiffany, you cried when you entered the marketplace. Cool. Well, we rounded the corner to Oga's Cantina and saw that line was massive, and they had already cut it off, actually.
That line was like 300 people thick.
Yeah.
Now, speaking, one quick thing. Speaking of crowds, they did a phenomenal job at Disney in managing the capacity. Never, ever did I feel like I was being bounced around from person to person because there were so many people in this place. You could have put your arms out like a helicopter and spun around and not hit anybody. They did a great job with this, and I can't stress that enough, that you had so much space to look around and to move, and never, ever did we feel like this was getting to be a little too much, and we gotta maybe go sit down, catch our breath, and come back. All
right, so we were near Oga's Cantina, and if you walk a little further, and a little further up, and a little further up, there's an archway, and you go under the archway, and you see the Millennium Falcon. That's amazing. Like, there it is in real life. Like, it's right there, and the sun has set. Right now, it's magic hour. It's magic hour, and we're seeing the Millennium Falcon, and
you know what? I didn't even see it at first. Because I'm looking up at all the black spires, and you said, that's the Millennium Falcon. Where's the... And there it was right there. And it was so much bigger than what I thought it was going to be. Mm-hmm. It was huge. It was huge.
Yeah. It was amazing just being right there with it. And of course, the first thing we did was take pictures along with everyone else.
Yeah, you had to. Oh. And just staring at this ship. Mm-hmm. And tears are strolling down your eyes. Guys were tearing up. Women were tearing up. This was the second coming.
It was so amazing.
What a piece of junk.
She'll make 0.5 past light speed. She may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts, kid.
And even before the Millennium Falcon, we had gone through the First Order encampment.
Yes.
And that's when you see the TIE Echelon. Oh. That's the new ship. And it's up on a platform. So you're thinking, hey, there's going to be a show here or something. And guess what? There was.
Yes.
Yes, that's when a First Order lieutenant and the stormtroopers came up and looking around for resistance. If anyone here is pledging allegiance to the resistance, you let yourself be known right now. So let's play a clip right now where Kylo Ren is not too happy with the performance of his lieutenant.
You have failed, Lieutenant. That resistance spy was tracked to Batuu. You were sent to find her. If she is here, she may not be alone. Do you understand?
Now, wait a minute. Did he say resistance spy?
He said resistance spy.
What? This is something I'll never be, but I'm excited.
You know what? I don't think you will be the resistance spy.
When he looked out and said, "Where is the resistance spy?" I'm raising my hand. I'm right here. I'm going to make this easy for you. I'm right here. Yeah, he never noticed me.
No.
He looked at everybody and said, "Oh, we know it's not you." So you were saying that night that you recognized the lieutenant from the Jedi Academy?
Yes. Oh, yeah. So the lieutenant that Kylo Ren gets mad at is absolutely the best Jedi Academy. He's the Jedi, the lead Jedi from the Jedi Training Academy.
Is he the Mace Windu-esque person?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he has a new job now.
No, he traded his allegiance.
Yes, he did.
So go ahead.
So later we realized that actually Richard could never be the Resistance spy because the Resistance spy is already cast.
Yes.
And the Resistance spy is Vi Maradi. And she is a woman who has, you can tell she's wearing this bright orange jacket, bright orangish red jacket, and her hair has got like blue tipped hair. And she's actually from the book Captain Phasma. She's at the beginning of that book. And so she's a character
she's
in the
created
books.
for the novel Phasma?
Yes, and I believe she's in another book.
Right,
I should look this up.
But it's great to know that they're pulling from these other mediums for this.
Yeah.
And yeah, once again, if you want to be a spy, don't wear bright orange. And her hair was very much like Sabine.
Yes.
It was dark and then went to a lavender.
Right, lavender blue.
Yeah, even kind of like Holdo.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So she's sneaking around, and this is after we had some fuzzy tauntauns in us.
Uh-huh.
So we were feeling kind of fun. So I was yelling, "Vi! It's Vi Maradi! Look at this! You are the resistance spy!" And she's getting all like, "No, shh, bring it down!
Be quiet.
Oh, sorry!" And the troopers are looking over our direction. Hey, there's some commotion going on over here. And the troopers come over to our area. She's taken off. So there's a little street performance going on of the troopers trying to hunt down Vi Maradi.
And then it's funny because we were following some troopers around later after Vi had like gone off, and we saw some other people who were just normal guests walking around, and they're like, "Oh, she went that way." Like they were Imperial Allegiance, just people, not cast members, but just random people who had just seen her and decided to help out the First Order.
Isn't Vi Maradi the lead character in the new Galaxy's Edge book? Jeff Peterson on Facebook says the book is just called Black Spire.
Galaxy's Edge, Black Spire.
All
okay,
right.
Cool.
Good deal.
Nice.
That couldn't have been more obvious.
Yeah.
All right, so she's running around. We're trying to call her out accidentally.
Oh.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
All right, so like I was saying, we had a couple of Bespin Fizzes and some fuzzy tauntauns in us.
Yep.
Which we got over at Olga's Cantina, which they're now doing something new.
Yes. Okay, so over the weekend they decided to change up the reservation system because basically there was so many people in line that it was like fire marshal. They couldn't have that long of a line. So what they're doing now is at the beginning of your reservation time, your 4-hour reservation, you go follow the CMs all the way around, and one person in your party will follow the CMs and get in line to give your cell phone number to the people at the cantina. So basically what they're doing is they're taking your cell phone number and they're texting you when you should come back.
Just like they do at like Sizzler
restaurant.
or
Yeah.
Applebee's.
So for the reservation, so what they'll do is they'll take down your name and your phone number, and they'll give you like a ballpark. Okay, it's going to be 45 minutes before your reservation, and you can wander around the land, and then you'll get a text to come back to check in. And you have 15 minutes to check in after you get that check-in text. Otherwise, they cancel and you have to go to the end of the line. So, but it worked out great, because after we gave him our phone number, we had time to get kettle corn at Katsaka's Kettle. We got some blue milk, and we were kind of wandering around following this whole resistance spy, Vi Marati and the First Order.
It's funny that we were on the Millennium Falcon in the line, and people in front of us, they got the text, like for Olga's, like, oh, we gotta go! And they booted out of there.
Yeah.
That's how serious you gotta take those texts.
Yeah.
So go ahead, we got the kettle corn.
Well, then we got our text.
Yeah, okay.
At about actually half an hour in.
Oh, but as before the text, really, I went and got some blue and green milk.
Yes.
All
we should
right.
talk about this.
Yes, let's get into this.
Okay, because now the blue and green milk is very divisive, because I've heard lots of different things about it, because you either like the blue milk better or the green milk better, and it doesn't seem to be the same. So, Richard, how's the blue milk?
Awesome. With a dose of double awesome. I favor the blue milk.
Okay.
It had a little bit of a raspberry vanilla taste to it. It was something that I couldn't say, oh yeah, like when you go to Wizarding World, you'd have the butterbeer. It's like, well, yeah, that's just cream soda. This, you couldn't put your finger on one specific flavor that dominates.
No.
Because it was an equal mix of raspberry and vanilla.
It was mild to me, very mild.
Right. Yeah, and they say all these drinks are plant-based.
Yeah.
Not sure why they say
that. It's
that.
like almond milk or rice milk rather than actual milk.
Yeah, and with rice milk, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was really good. It was really cold and it was really good. Now, what do you favor?
So for me, I actually really liked the green milk, which is much more of a citrus flavor. It's like limey, citrusy. And for me, I like that bright taste. So if you're a fan of like lemon or citrusy flavors, like stuff like that, you will like the green milk better.
Yeah, I liked it. But if I have a choice, I'm getting another blue milk.
Yeah. It was very citrusy, so it was almost hard to drink the whole thing. Just because to me, it was like a lot. And the blue milk to me didn't have much of a flavor. But we did see something on the Disney food blog, and that is they recommend a hack for the blue and green milk. And that is get one blue milk, get one green milk, get an extra cup, and then layer them. Layer them one at a time, like blue, green, blue, and then drink it. And I think actually that would taste really, really good.
Huh.
Because the mild flavor of the blue will be spiced up by the citrus, and likewise the citrus will be cut down a little bit by the blue.
So it's Batuu's version of an Arnold Palmer.
Yes.
So it would be a Batuu Skywalker.
Yes.
I'm sorry, a Lars Skywalker.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. Okay, that's the name of the new drink, the Lars Skywalker.
Yeah. Now, we did not see the milk jugs you can buy. Did you see that?
What? Huh?
There's milk jugs at the milk stand.
Not at this milk stand that we went to.
I think they were all out, honestly, when we went.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I would have been, but in what shape? This is the first I'm hearing of this.
I don't know.
Would it be in like the container that Luke had on Octu?
Oh, Jeff is saying they just got them today.
Oh. Do you mean we gotta go back? Okay. All right. So we're now going into Olga's.
Okay.
It's our turn. The doors part. You walk in.
It's so cool.
They
have the detector, the droid detector.
Yeah, the droid detector. You are walking in further into a Star Wars film.
So cool.
And just,
wow. The atmosphere is so different because, once again, in the land itself, in Galaxy's Edge, there is not a music soundtrack playing like there would be in Disneyland.
No.
So you get like sounds around, but once you walk into the cantina, all of a sudden, bam,
so you're
the sound.
You're walking in and you just see all of this set dressing. You see the IG droid heads for the alcoholic spigots. What do you call those things at bars? Containers. I don't go to bars that often.
Yeah.
And then you see DJ Rex.
Yeah.
Spinning his jams. What do the kids say today? Dropping beats, spin it. I don't know. But you're trying to take it all in, and they brought us right to the table in front of DJ Rex.
Yeah.
AKA Captain Rex.
Yes.
Hello, folks. I'm DJ Rex. This may be your first time here, and it's mine too. Let's get to cruising altitude with a tribute to a song that swept the galaxy.
So be prepared, you guys, because it is crunchy in there, and they try to fit more to a table than
a lot of people.
Crunchy, lots of people. So what it is, it's kind of a round room. In the middle is the bar, and you can stand by the bar. Then there's tables, like the cocktail level tables, where you can stand around those tables, and then on the outer edges are the booths.
Yeah, it pretty much is a replica of the Mos Eisley Cantina, only there's stand-up tables between the bar.
Cocktail tables.
Yeah, cocktail tables between the bar and the alcoves.
Yeah. So you have room. So we did not get a booth. So we were at one of the stand-up cocktail tables, but right by DJ Rex.
I think you had to be in a group of like 6 or more to get a booth.
Not necessarily. I think it just was luck of the draw.
Really? Because I saw just big groups in there.
Well, yeah, but you're put in booths with other people.
All right. So we look up there, DJ Rex, and the music is awesome.
Yeah, and it's not too loud. It's not too soft.
Yeah. And I've got to get a soundtrack of this.
Yeah, it's a good level.
Because they're playing more Figure and Deanne songs that you can instantly recognize. You know, when a band has one sound.
Yeah.
So whenever they're playing a new sound by the Mortal Nodes, you use like, oh, that's the one right there. That's the one right there. And I do believe, did they play Jedi Rocks?
No, not that I...
No, they played the actual Cantina theme. Like, okay, let's travel way back in time to this old classic.
It was pretty awesome.
The Cantina band theme. So that was, and DJ Rex is up there moving, he's talking, and then we go to the bar, look at all those awesome fixtures over there, and once again the IG heads, and there's tanks with creatures in them.
Right.
But they weren't animatronic though. If you look at the concept art from way back, they did have all these big aquariums, and it looked like you were going to see moving animals and fish and creatures back there.
Okay.
Yeah, they dropped that.
But at one point, right when we were getting our drinks, I guess the music kind of stopped out a little bit, and we noticed that the bartenders at the bar, they were fixing something, and all of a sudden they fixed it, and the music started going again, and everyone in the bar cheered.
Now, didn't he get like a hammer or something?
Yeah, there was like a hammer. He hit something with the hammer in the bar area, and like he fixed something, and everyone was cheering by the bar. It's like, oh, what just happened?
He was around the corner, so I couldn't really see him, but I saw everyone looking in his direction.
Yeah, it was cool.
That was funny.
So even the bartenders have a fun story.
Yeah. So, Sarah, what drink did you get?
I got the Bespin Fizz.
And I got the Fuzzy Tauntaun, which does do a number on you after you drink it. It does come crashing home. When you drink it, it's like, I taste no alcohol in there. And when the drink is done, I guess that's when it really, really screws with your head.
Wow, that really hit you.
Yeah, it really did. So I'm like dancing on the tabletops and trying to have fun with Aqualish and trying to pick fights with moisture farmers.
Yeah.
That asterisk, that didn't really happen. But it did really hit me pretty hard.
Yeah, the Bespin Fizz was good. So the Fuzzy Tauntaun, we should say, is like... It has peach schnapps and like pineapple juice. It's a really weird mix. I did not like it at all.
Yeah. I would get it just based on the fact that it knocked you out.
Okay. Well, I had the Bespin Fizz, which also had a nice buzz to it. And that was more like a kind of a cranberry mimosa type. Almost. That's kind of what it tasted like. And that was really good to me. It was kind of small, but it was good. And then I did see another drink that looked cool, and I guess that's the Jedi Mind Trick. So we'll have to try that next time.
Ooh.
It's like green, and it's a smaller cup that looks like a martini. And it looks cool.
All right. Well, once again, got to go back there.
But also, I want to tell you a note. Some of the drinks come with specialty mugs that you get to take with you. And I was really excited. I wanted to try the Yub Nub, but that comes in an indoor mug. And it was $42, and you couldn't get the drink without the mug. Like, you had to pay $42, and we didn't want that.
It wasn't really a mug. It was one of those tall, like, tiki glasses.
Oh, it was a tiki mug, yes.
And it had the Endor battle carved into the cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's about, like, what, like 8 inches tall?
Yeah, it was very tall. It was like tiki mug size.
And they also had a Porg cup the same way. Like, that thing was, like, at least 10 inches big.
Yeah.
Yeah, the specialty mugs.
Yeah, and then they had a beer flight, which is like $75, but it comes on this like specialty tray with like Rancor teeth underneath, and that's what you drink as it's like a specialty tray. It's meant, I don't know, but it was $75.
That is an awesome concept to be drinking out of a Rancor tooth.
Yeah, it is.
The awesome concept pretty much stops when it's $75. Yeah. All right, so from there, we ran to the marketplace.
Yes.
Because we wanted to get some video. And the central area to the marketplace is called Merchant Row. Mm-hmm. And that's what you want to head for because that's where all of the smaller shops are.
Okay.
Like my favorite one was the creature stall because it just sold nothing but creatures. It had loth cats, it had Minox, puffer pigs, dewbacks, it had Nebrae. It had tons and tons of stuff. Porgs. It had a burping wart.
And we mentioned loth cats, right?
Loth cats, yeah. So everything does something.
Uh-huh.
They're not just pieces of plastic, but these things have moving parts. One thing I was surprised at, they had the Krykna, or is it Krykna? The spiders from Rebels.
Yeah, those big giant spiders.
Yeah, those in the Nebrae, I'm looking at those going, I never would have thought they would have made these. You could have had an Acklay. No, not an Acklay. Could have had maybe a Nexu or a Reek.
Oh, that would be... Oh, a Nexu.
Had they had a Nexu, had they had an Acklay, it'd be in my pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some of their decisions on what to merchandise is something that I put in my back pocket as a question I want to ask the merchandising director.
Well, hopefully, I mean, they have more coming down the line. I mean, I would think so. I would think they'd have more. And I mean, as we get more films and more TV series, I'm sure those will be updated.
No, that's all the merchandise you ever get. Never going to rotate.
Although the one item that kept selling out every reservation was the Loth Cat.
Yes.
And in fact, this Loth Cat was the very last one that we saw that day. And that's because they were all out of Loth Cats in the creature stall, but right by the Kowakian monkey lizards, which is right next to the creature stall, they had one kind of there, just like on display. And I was like, oh, can I have that Loth Cat? So I got it.
Yeah, and one of the greatest things that each little store has a backstory.
Yes. Yeah, and it all well, I don't want to give away the backstory because this is something you should ask cast members, ask people as you're checking out, ask them like who owns this shop? Who are they affiliated with? Just there's a whole story going on with all the owners of the shops, and it's really interesting. There's drama, you guys, but it's fun drama. So I don't want to tell them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to tell them.
Okay. Not gonna say a thing.
Yeah.
So the next store that we went into was the Toydarian Toy Maker.
Yeah. So we can tell the name.
Yeah.
So Zabaka is she's a female Toydarian, and she makes the toys, and you can actually see her silhouette behind glass, and she's making them.
There's a frosted glass.
Yeah.
So you see the silhouette of Zabaka making toys. She's like a little Santa elf. And these toys, like I showed before we started recording, they're very homemade looking. Here's Stormy, the Stormtrooper replica we see in Rogue One. And I just love this. And I think I bought more stuff in this store.
Yes, you did.
Than anywhere else.
And then we have the cute, like, homespun Leia.
Yeah, there's like, what, 10 different...
Mm-hmm. There was Leia.
10-inch dolls.
Ahsoka. Yeah, there was all the different characters. Darth Vader, Kylo Ren, Rey. the cutest little Porg and the cutest little Ewok. The Ewok was my second choice. And I had to pick one. Because we're going to be there again. I don't want to buy too much at once.
All right, someone just said, who said that on Facebook? I need to refresh my knowledge on Star Wars creatures.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because there's just so many creatures in there that even took us a couple of seconds to go, where did we see this? Oh, yeah. Oh, I saw that in Season 4 of Star Wars Rebels Episode 9. So now, this was my favorite thing that I got there. This excited me to no end. I'm going to show everyone on Facebook Live. Check this out. Tell me why this means so much to me. I'm showing everyone right now. Dora, I'll explain this to you. It is a 8-inch wooden Boba Fett. His armor is green. His outfit underneath is gray. His rangefinder is down. He has bright red gauntlets. You know what? I'll give you a hint. He might have a rocket-firing backpack. He doesn't, but that's the clue right there. All right, so I'm just gonna give it up. This is the color scheme of the Kenner Boba Fett figure. Yay! The first Kenner Boba Fett figure had the same, almost no detail to him. The same green armor and that light gray undersuit and the red accessories. And I saw that. It's like, oh, that is not by accident. Someone planned this.
I left you in the Toydarian Toy Makers and you just bought all the stuff.
Yeah, you know when you're at the store and you're hungry and you're waiting for the cashier to ring up your stuff and you look over at the candy aisle, the rack of candy, it's like, yeah, one Snickers won't hurt me. If I had one Nestle's Crunch, you know what? That'll do. You know, I'm hungry right now, so maybe I'll get a Chunky as well. So that was, and the line was so long that, it left me to picking up more things.
But that's okay. Like
this Boba Fett and these Phantom Menace Watto Chance Cubes that I'm rattling.
So cute.
So that was wicked awesome. There's my Bostonian coming out. Wicked awesome. All right, so Sarah, I think we should just now jump right over.
Okay.
To Smugglers Run.
Before we leave the marketplace, I just want to give a plug to some of our videos.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Well, that's silly me.
Because one of the things we really were excited about with an opening day reservation is not only to see the land, but we really wanted to take video and bring you guys along with us. So we had our video cameras, we were all ready to go, and we knew that people were really interested in the merchandise from all of our videos from Star Wars Celebration. So we have right now 3 videos up on our YouTube channel, and one of them is the lightsaber experience, the build your own lightsaber experience, which is amazing. But before we get into that, we do have a couple marketplace experiences, and one is Black Spire Outfitters. So that's where you can buy Jedi robes and Jedi tunics and Rey belts. It's really cool.
Yeah, her sleeves.
Yeah.
And her belt. Mm-hmm. And if you go over to the video, we break everything down, including prices.
Yes, that was a big thing for people. People wanted the prices. So that's there. And then also we have a video of all the jewelry from the Women of Star Wars available. And they're their prices. Woo!
Whoa.
That's
you could
a lot.
buy, 200 of these Boba Fetts for the cost of one Leia necklace?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the jewelry is at Dog Ondar's Den of Antiquities.
Yes. So I just want to give a plug there. So head on over to our YouTube channel. And if you are from YouTube for the first time listening to this show, welcome.
Yeah.
And thank you for being a new subscriber, because we've gotten several of those in the past month.
Jumped up like 500 since last week.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now you have one more video.
Mm-hmm. We posted the Jedi robes.
Okay,
video.
do we just have 2 videos right now?
No, we have 3. But I will be working on, we have a Toydarian Toy Maker video,
yeah,
and we also have a Creature Stall video as well.
Shot some great footage there.
Yeah.
And we want to thank everyone who was at that shop when we were shooting the video, because they did a great job in clearing the way.
It's true.
When you have a gimbal and you're walking through these shops, people will move.
Very true.
Sarah, you did a very nice job narrating those videos.
Yay. Well, you did a good job shooting them.
Well, thank you very much.
experience on Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run puts you straight in that cockpit, right behind the controls, whether you're one of the pilots, the gunners, or flight engineers that are keeping the ship operating. It is going to be an intense, super fun experience on the fastest ship in the galaxy.
It was now time. We couldn't hold back any longer. It was time to take the Smugglers Run.
Woohoo!
All right, Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run, here we come. So we got in line, not knowing what to expect, because we heard about the experience that was in the queue. So we're going up and around, looking for Hondo. Where's Hondo? I gotta see Hondo. And they bring you through one little work area, and if you look really carefully, you'll see a case with original trilogy Stormtrooper armor.
Yeah, you'll see lots of Easter eggs in this area.
Lots and lots.
This is Hondo's, what is it called?
Transport Solutions.
Hondo's Transport Solutions.
That's the name of Hondo's new business.
Right.
So he smuggles from this, like a Hertz rent-a-car kind of place.
And as you're walking through the queue, it's taking you, well, at first, right beneath the back of the Millennium Falcon, which is amazing. And then we walk up some stairs, and then you're like on top of the Millennium Falcon at this point, and it's out the glass window, and it's just this beautiful view. You're looking across the whole marketplace and the Falcon.
So as you're zigzagging in line, you're going below the Falcon, above the Falcon, and people in back of us were getting upset because we were leaning on the glass, drooling.
And then inside, you get in and just listen to the voices. There's like voices on the loudspeaker, and one of them is Vanessa Marshall. There's like a whole conversation going on, like something's broken, and you can kind of hear Hondo, like what people think of Hondo by just listening to the loudspeakers.
Just think of like in the Death Star scenes in A New Hope, you always hear the intercom voices going on.
That's exactly what it is. Yes, intercom.
So this is an actual working business that you're entering, and that's Onaka's Transport Solutions. So then we come up on our old friend Hondo Onaka. Yeah, and he's laying out the story right there that he's got some very valuable cargo to ship, and he needs crew members.
Yeah.
But now he needs a ship.
Yes.
And that's when we see Chewbacca.
No. That's when you hear like the whole room rumbles, and all of a sudden you see on the screen behind him the Falcon is landing.
Pilots to navigate, engineers to operate the ship, and gunners to defend the shipments. And that is where you come in. The Millennium Falcon. On loan for some very fast and very profitable expeditions.
There's Chewbacca, and Hondo says, hey, I'll make a deal. You need supplies for the Resistance. I need a ship to transport this valuable merchandise, which ends up being coaxium from Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
And where's he gonna find the crew? Oh yeah, you people down there. You're gonna be our crew. So Chewie says yes. Okay, fine. You give us some supplies for the Resistance. I'll loan you my ship. Okay, great. So now here's the story, because like I said, Hondo needs a crew, and we're the crew.
Yes.
He needs 2 pilots, 2 gunners, and 2 engineers. So that's when we go into the Millennium Falcon at that point. Okay, so now everyone has gotten their position and their Falcon. They round us. And I think this is where I started blubbering. Yeah. because now you're in the cargo hold of the Millennium Falcon. Yeah. There's the Jarek table over there. There's the little inlet little couch thing that Chewbacca was being cared for by that medic in The Force Awakens. Oh, you must be very, very brave.
Yeah, and there's like little porg nests up by the Jarek table.
Yes, you don't see any porgs, but you do hear them running in the ducts above you.
Yes. Now, at this point, we're in the Falcon, and I'm looking for the alcove where Han and Leia kissed. I'm looking for it. I don't see it yet. I don't see it. And then you get these cards that tell you what group you're in, and they're different colors. Then at that point, we were called. I think we were the orange group.
Yeah.
And well, yeah, we're like gathered together by some cast members, and they lead us down a hallway, and all of a sudden, there's the Han and Leia hallway. We're like right there.
This is where they had their first kiss.
Yeah.
And you see the stuff on the wall that Leia was fixing.
Yes.
Right before Han butted in. And there's that lever she's trying to pull up.
Yep.
And I've always wondered, Leia, that big bar is not going anywhere. I'm not sure what you're trying to do with it, but of course I had to go over there. I'm trying to pull it up. Like, what is this supposed to do?
Yeah.
But it's like attached to the wall.
Yeah,
you can't move it.
Yeah.
And that little box that she's welding together, doing something, that didn't open. I just wanted to play with that.
Whatever. But we got an awesome picture.
Yes. But the high point of the whole night
was kissing my man at the Han and Leia. Oh my God. My 16-year-old dream's coming true.
Yeah, and it's in a hallway, so if you don't know to look for it, you're going to miss it.
Oh, yeah. And well, plus it's like a throughway. Like, it's not a point that's a photo op at all.
No,
and also...
Why not?
Well,
why is this not a photo op area?
Well, because I think there'd be a really long line for that.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but what's interesting is we lucked out into this moment because the cargo hold area of the Millennium Falcon, the main room, there's actually two hallways that branch off from it. And one is the hallway that most people were being led down. And I think we were led down this other way, which was the ADA hallway, because there was no stairs once you got out of your ride. There was just an elevator. So I think we were actually in the handicapped hallway. We were brought there by chance. Because, none of us had a handicap wheelchair.
So we're lining up the shot, and the next group was being let in. It's like, oh, no.
They understood, though.
Yeah.
They totally understood.
All right, my sweetie wants this picture. Everyone back up, okay?
So just check out our Instagram. It's right there.
Yeah. It's like we were not going to miss this shot whatsoever.
It's actually my Instagram, @JediTink.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So from there, we get up to the cockpit door, and they're going through all the instructions, and I'm hearing white noise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, what? Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. Hondo is up on a screen. He's trying to talk to you, and this girl's trying to talk to you, telling you what to do, and move so we can get in the Millennium Falcon, please. Please step aside. And the doors open, and you just walk slowly
it's the Falcon
in.
cockpit.
Now, Sarah, you got a chance to get in the Falcon cockpit at the solo press conference that I wasn't able to attend because I had to work. But so you've been in there before. Mm-hmm. I've never been in the Millennium Falcon cockpit. And oh my goodness, yeah, I just took my time stepping through this. And I got the co-pilot Chewbacca seat.
Yeah, and I got the Han Solo seat.
Yes.
We were co-pilots.
Isn't that the sweetest thing ever? Okay. So Dave Scale was the gunner behind us, and there was two other people who were the engineers. So, Sarah, you were a pilot, I was a pilot. You went left and right, and I went up and down.
Yes.
And I also got a chance to jump to hyperspace.
That's cool.
And that was an emotional moment because the Falcon lifts up. Hondo's telling you on the loudspeaker what to do. Mm-hmm. You see a flashing button, you press it.
Yes.
Hey, what's that flashing?
What's that flashing?
You see a flashing button and you press it. And then Hondo says, all right, jump to hyperspace. And my hand went up and I froze.
Oh,
I froze because this is the moment I've been waiting for. And Sarah, you looked over, it's like, you gotta pull the lever. And your hand went over to me, and we both pulled it together. We both jumped to hyperspace together.
It was awesome.
Isn't that sweet?
Another cool thing is I actually got to power up the Millennium Falcon.
Oh.
Remember? Yeah, like before the ride even began, the cast member stood like right in between us and was like, oh, you see that flashing? Just press that button. And I did. And all of a sudden, like the whole cockpit powered up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Awesome.
Well, he was kind of blocking your view, but
okay.
Yeah, it was really neat. Anyway, but we had a pretty good run, I think, because we ended up getting 2 things of coaxium.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
No thanks to me because.
Oh, it's hard.
Yeah. Now now let's get a little critical here.
Okay.
All right, so we're flying the Falcon. There's a mission you've got to accomplish. Lights are flashing everywhere. And now, in theory, what you're supposed to be doing is watching for the lights up around you and beside you. And when they flash, you press it. you're not going to be wanting to watch the buttons. You're going to want to watch right outside the cockpit window and see where you're flying to.
That's right.
So things were going haywire. I don't know what I was doing. I didn't really care. I just wanted to watch.
Yeah. It was hard to pilot. I mean, yeah, because it is like a disconnect.
Yeah.
A little bit.
And Dave Scale behind us, he was like, all right, you know what? Never mind. He didn't have a good time because he's trying to, when the light flashes on the gunner button, that's when you press it.
And that's all you do.
Or you can just hold the button down.
Right.
Because you're not going to want to watch the light. You're going to want to watch, once again, outside.
Yeah, and the people behind us, if you're not in the pilot seat, your console is actually to the side of you. So you're having to, like, turn your head.
Yeah, like 90 degrees.
Yeah.
And the second time we were on it, I was the engineer, and I'm just flip. I'm pressing red buttons, and I'm pressing green buttons, and pressing more red buttons, and I'm just flipping switches. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you what effect I had on the ride.
Okay.
I was so distracted.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to watch right outside. Now, on the grand scheme, I would give Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run I would give it a 6.
Okay.
Out of 10.
But the queue is
the queue is great. But now, Sarah, what
Yeah.
would you give the cockpit ride?
Right.
Which is about 3.5 minutes. I think I recorded it the second time. I think it came in at about 3 minutes, 45 seconds.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So honestly, I think it depends on the seat you have. I had a pretty good time both times, but my one critique of the ride is that the screen outside looks too much like a screen and not like you're there. That's like it looks like a video game almost.
It was a little bit too high def. So everything was crystal clear. I think it should have had more depth to it.
Yeah, it was just a little off. So like for me, it was super fun, and it's fun to do with people that you know. I think that's a cool part. And the queue is amazing. So
we won't judge the queue. Okay. We're just judging the actual ride.
Actual ride. Yeah, then I'd have to agree with the 6, I think.
Yeah. I had such high hopes for this. Now, Chad on Facebook is asking, what Disney attraction is a 10 out of 10? I'm going to go with Star Tours. Star Tours is a 10.
Yeah.
Is a 10. This is a 6. And I say that because, once again, the buttons are on your side, but you want to look forward, and you're trying to push buttons. Is that supposed to be everything you're supposed to be doing? And there was a lot of buttons flashing, so you're really spending your time looking at this board of lights. What should have happened is a arm should have stuck out in front of you.
Okay, yeah.
So now you're looking, it's like working at a keyboard. Mm-hmm. And the gunner should have had like a joystick, like an old Atari joystick.
Oh, that would have been cool, yeah.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
And if you want to go one step further, if you had the gunners in those bays, like we've seen in the movies, that right there, that's a 10, right? That is a 10. Now, one question Dora Speck had asked a while ago: would they let a blind person pilot the Millennium Falcon?
And yes,
I did ask them that, and they said yes. They will not turn away anyone. And if you were a single rider and needed their help, they'll be there with you and help you guide the Millennium Falcon. So they'll say, okay, go left, go right, or maybe guide your hand, so you're not there totally on your own.
Nice.
Or if you had a friend, they could do it as well. All right, so unfortunately, this did not meet my expectations at all, and I don't like saying that, but it's fair to say I was gonna go a 6.5, but no. It's a 6.
But now there is an interactive element to this ride that we have not yet experienced, and that is if you have your Disney Parks Play app going, like in the queue, and you're logged in to the Disney Parks app, then your ride will appear on this app and the credits that you earn when you do the ride. So then after that, the Bluetooth will interact with your phone around the land, and like cast members should be able to tell whether you did good or bad. Yeah. Now, we never experienced that because there was so much to look at in the queue that we just didn't get our phones out.
Yeah, and plus only having that 4 hours.
Right.
You didn't want to spend one chunk of that time reading the directions on the app.
Right. So, Chad, we did not do Flight of Passage yet. Yeah.
Oh, that's the Pandora ride, right? No,
Yeah.
haven't done that yet.
All right, so that's the ride so far, but we are really looking forward to Rise of the Resistance, and I think they put all their, the Imagineers threw everything into there, and the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
So we are really looking forward to that. But I will still ride Smugglers Run, especially with new groups of people. I think it's fun that way.
Right, but one thing we should also say is that they will give you your positions.
Yes.
So you can't say, I want to be a pilot, I want to do this or that. They'll give them to you.
And then it's up to you to trade with people.
Luckily, in our group, we were, with me and Sarah and Dave, we were able to, go back and forth. And the second time we were on it, this one gentleman with 2 young kids, they had pilots, and they gave the pilots to us because they were
very young.
5-year-old kids.
Yeah, 4 or 5, yeah.
And we had the gunners, and the kids wanted to be the gunners. So there you go. It all worked out.
It was perfect.
All right, so after that, we were getting a little bit hungry.
Yeah, so we went around the corner to Ronto Roasters. Now, this is a very quick service place that only serves basically one thing, the Ronto wrap. And it's kind of like a hot dog and a pita, but with some extra meat in it. But one of the awesomest things, and this is where I got a little teary, you guys. Like, we walked in to this area, and the thing that's roasting the Ronto meat is a pod racing engine, and it's suspended from above, so it's upright, and it's like cooking the meat as it like zooms around. And oh my god, to see a pod racing engine like in front of you, that's how big it is, that's what it looks like. I'm in Star Wars. Oh my god, I like started tearing up. I'm like, oh my god.
It was being operated by an 8D8 droid that you saw in Return of the Jedi.
The torture droid.
Yeah, the torture droid that's torturing the 2-1B droid and the gonk droid.
Oh
so it's that very skinny, skeletal looking droid. And he's turning the spit by a big handle. Like one of those Flintstone type of big handles.
It's so cool. And he's like, I think he's grumbling from time to time. Things like that. Yeah. You'd really have to stand there and listen to him for a while. We didn't. We were hungry. But but yeah, we listened to him. It was really funny.
And the Ronto dogs, Ronto burgers?
No, so they're Ronto wraps.
So the Ronto wraps, they were really good.
Yes.
I love these.
Now, they are actually roasted pork, grilled pork sausage, peppercorn sauce, and tangy slaw, and it's wrapped in a pita, and they're $12.99, which is
good price.
Little pricey.
That's a good price for what you got.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe because I had half of yours, I felt it was a good price.
There you go.
So $12.99 is a good price for 1.5.
And they also serve Nuna turkey jerky, sweet or spicy, and that is $7.49. It's basically a piece of turkey jerky.
Should have been like $3.50 at the most.
Yeah. But the really good thing about Ronto Roasters is the drinks. And they don't have alcoholic drinks, but they have like these mixed drinks. One is called the Tatooine Sunset, which is unsweetened tea and lemonade with melon and blueberry. And that was really good. It was kind of fruity, but no, the Tatooine Sunset was more like an Arnold Palmer. Because it's tea, and you didn't like it as much?
No, I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, it was amazing. I really loved that. And then they also had, I think my favorite drink so far in the land, Melaroon juice. And Melaroons, of course, are the fruit that's in Star Wars Rebels on Lothal. So I loved this Melaroon juice. I had to have it. And it's actually agua frescas pineapple, simply lemonade with blueberry, white cranberry juice, lemon juice, and desert pear. All this crazy juices, but it's like a really good mix.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And both those items were $5.49, $5.50 basically.
Yeah. And I would say worth that price because they were really good, and they weren't like a little Dixie cup where you get at most places at Disneyland. They were a good size beverage holder.
And the one thing we haven't tried there yet is the sour sarlacc. And that is limeade with raspberry and spicy mango. So that might be fun to try at some point.
On Friday.
Yeah.
All right, so after that, we went over there to Docking Bay 7 to have our official dinner. Yeah, we had to try a little bit of everything. And this was a really fun place because the doors, I love the doors.
Oh.
They're Star Wars doors, so they slide back and forth, but what was missing was the sound. I would have just been walking in and out of doors the whole night long had they done that. So maybe that's why they didn't do it. So this was a really, really good place, and we knew we had to try this because everyone was raving about it. So I got the thing with the blueberry muffin.
Yes, that is the smoked Batuu ribs. And what it is, it's sticky pork ribs, blueberry corn muffin, and cabbage slaw.
Those were Batuu ribs?
Yes, Batuu.
I feel real guilty about eating that
What's
now.
a Batuu?
Those are those beasts of burden in Phantom Menace.
Okay, well.
They're nice creatures, so.
They're good.
You animal!
They taste like pork.
How dare you?
All right, so we had that, and we also had to try the braised shock roast.
You ate a shock?
Yeah, what's that again?
Those are the Sound of Music creatures from Attack of the Clones.
Oh, okay. Those are funny. Well, that is actually, it tastes like beef pot roast with cavatelli pasta, wilted kale, and mushrooms. That was excellent too. In fact, the two together were really good.
Yeah.
Because we split them because we had to divide and conquer. And both of those are kind of pricey. So the shock roast was $18.99 and the Batuu ribs are $16.99. And then we had to try dessert.
You got a lot for that price.
You do.
I didn't walk out of there still feeling like I needed dinner.
Right.
That was a good amount.
And then we had to have one of the desserts. So we chose the one with chocolate in it called the Batuu Bon, which is chocolate cake, white chocolate mousse, and coffee custard.
Yeah, I didn't taste any coffee.
And that is like a little small ball. It's $6.99.
It's the size of a golf ball.
Yeah. It's very pricey for what it is. So that's one of those things you try once and you're like, all right, I tried it once.
Check.
Yep. Off the list. So we won't be getting that again just because it's like way too pricey.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
All right. Well, from there, we went over to visit Doc Ondar at Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities. Now, this is the place I wanted to go to the most.
They have all the cool Jedi and Sith relics. They have holocrons. They have legacy lightsabers.
And we didn't go to this right away because I wanted to know it was still there. And then the wait to get in there was not that long.
Not at all. It was like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it went pretty quickly. So you were saying they had the legacy lightsabers, and you were right over there looking at Ahsoka's, and Sarah's doing all these spins with the lightsabers.
Okay, what are you talking
tossing
about?
Up in the air, and doing all these acrobatics.
No, I was really drawn to the jewelry, which there is a video up online of that. But like all the jewelry, they had Leia's costume, which was $125, but it was really soft material, and you get the belt with it as well. By Leia's costume is all the jewelry that all the women of Star Wars wear in the films, including Leia's throne room necklace. The squared off, like the squares around your neck. Guess how much?
A lot of money.
It was $2,000.
So, and how many did you buy?
None. I took a video though.
And also in Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities, they had the holocrons and the kyber crystals. They were $50. So as great as the holocrons were, we didn't get these.
No, but we're gonna have fun. Well, maybe we'll get them at some point. It's one of those things like we're gonna be there. So
yeah. But
But I do have one thing to mention about the holocrons and the what are they called?
Kyber crystals.
Kyber crystals. So you have all the different kyber crystals, and they're not the actual crystals that you buy. It's like a vial that has the crystal in it, and you can't see the crystal. So the red vials, there's a chaser crystal in them.
Yes.
And there's a black kyber crystal. So some people have found black kyber crystals within the red.
If you hold your iPhone light on up to it, then you can see right through it.
Hopefully be able to see.
Oh, yeah. I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. Now, I really want to talk about the Easter eggs.
Okay.
Up at Doc Ondar's.
Yeah. So Doc Ondar, of course, is an Ithorian.
He's an Ithori, and he's in there. He's in there. He's in like a caged area, and he's working on some stuff. Mm-hmm. The animatronic, outstanding. However, I'm not sure why they have him in this cage.
Yeah, he's kind of hard to see, especially when it's crowded.
He's up on a platform, and there's a monitor in front of him and all these little doodads in front of him, so you don't really get a good, clear shot. Mm-hmm. And once again, it has this cage. Like, why do you need that cage right there? have glass maybe.
Oh, yeah, glass would have been good.
Or
yeah.
if the bars on the cage were separated a little more so you could see him, that'd be great too.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if he's motion activated, meaning that if you come close up to the cage, he'll look at you.
Yeah.
Because a couple of times when I was up there, he did look right at me. So I'm not sure if you go too close to his area, he'll look at you. And I think he is on like maybe a 10-minute loop of movement. Now, above Doc, there were some Easter eggs.
Oh, what was
some
above
Easter
him?
eggs that I squealed. I squealed.
Okay.
You know, if you're looking at Doc and you look up to the left, you see a blue snaggletooth. Yes, there's the blue snaggletooth. There's the head, and he's on like a blue pillar with his blue snaggletooth belt buckle. And that to me, that was one of the best Easter eggs I could have ever seen. But that was just amazing that they're paying homage to the Kenner toys. Like the Boba Fett toy I got at the Toydarian Toy Maker and Blue Snaggletooth. And also over Doc Ondar. Remember when we did the episode with Jeff Long and I asked him, don't tell me.
Oh, yes.
But is there a Star Wars Holiday Special
reference?
Easter egg?
Yeah, so did you
in
find
Doc?
something?
Yes, I did.
What did you find?
Boba Fett's rifle.
Yes!
Now, I know you can say that, wait a minute, that's from The Mandalorian, not really
Right.
from the Holiday Special, because it was painted like you see in The Mandalorian, but it did get its origin in the Holiday Special.
So you are one happy guy.
I was one happy camper. And I think at that point, I went and bought a microphone, and I dropped it. Mic drop right there. That's all you needed. And I was so happy. And then you keep looking around, and there's an IG droid up on a little balcony where most of the stuff is placed. There's an IG droid, and he's sitting on a chair, and behind him are all these blaster marks.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe he was up there guarding, and
nice.
someone came by, and I'm sure there's a backstory there. Took a few pot shots at him, and ran away with a couple of items. There was a Naboo guard outfit up there that was seen in Attack of the Clones.
Wow, you really paid attention to this.
Oh, I sure did.
Wow.
There were stormtrooper helmets. There were biker scouts.
I guess I was taking my videos.
Yeah, Doc has been busy gathering this stuff.
Oh, there's the baby Dianoga.
The baby Sarlacc.
Oh, okay. So this is from. So right now we have the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge comic out, and in the
the first issue.
Okay, in the first issue of the comic, Doc Ondar. Basically, these comics are. Doc Ondar is telling stories of how he gets various items into Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities. And this particular comic had the story of how Han and Chewie got a baby Sarlacc back to him. And so you see the baby Sarlacc in there, and it's so cool.
So if you don't know what a Sarlacc looks like from the tentacles down,
yeah, you get to see it.
It's
like a body.
What they do pretty much is carve out this big hole in the sand, and they wiggle themselves down to it, and it's just this big giant pear-shaped body with little arms and little legs that hold onto the sides.
Yeah.
And their mouth just sticks up, I guess, there for air or any food they happen to
It's food.
get.
Yeah, that's how they get food. They
Right.
just sit there.
Plus, I'm sure for air.
Sure.
So that's what a Sarlacc looked like.
I know.
I knew it wasn't just a mouth. Now let's go back a few more hours.
Okay.
To 9:35 p.m.
Oh, what happens at 9:35 p.m. in Disneyland?
Fireworks.
And it happened to be Friday night. There was a fireworks show going on, Mickey's Mixed Magic, and where Galaxy's Edge is in relation to the park, it's way behind the castle, and the fireworks go off from way behind the castle. So we got to see fireworks over the Millennium Falcon. Are you kidding me?
It was really fun, but if you've seen the Disneyland fireworks, you're used to the music that accompanies the show. But so now we don't get any music.
What we did, that was a little odd. I mean, it was very pretty to see the fireworks over the Falcon and over the spires.
But they couldn't probably figure out a way to make the music work.
Right, within the story of the land. But I hope they do. One thing we did hear as we were watching the fireworks is the various ships flying and landing overhead.
Yeah, you'll always hear ships flying by. It's like, oh, that's an X-Wing, that's a TIE fighter.
Really interesting.
But I'm guessing in the future they'll have like some like pop-up bands in the different areas, so that'll provide the music.
I hope so.
Because it really, really needs music.
It really does. Like, it's cool to watch, but yeah, you need some music. Like, I think after watching it once without music, it's kind of like, okay, well, we can go about our business as we kind of glance up at the fireworks as we're doing stuff in Galaxy's Edge. So.
Yeah.
All right, so should we tell them the major story of the evening?
Oh, let's do this.
Okay.
Timing was everything.
Okay, so one of the major things we wanted to do on May 31st was build a lightsaber, because we just thought it was the coolest thing, and that was one of the most requested and interesting things at Star Wars Celebration, was these lightsabers, and people were so intrigued by these. So we really wanted to build a lightsaber, but when we got there to our 4-hour reservation, we did not realize that we had to go to Savi's workshop first and get a reservation to make a lightsaber within your 4-hour block. We didn't know this. So about an hour left in our reservation, we walked up to Savi's workshop, and it was like not many people around. And so we walked up and we learned that that's what you had to do if you wanted to build a lightsaber. So we're like,
why wasn't this noted somewhere?
I don't know. So, and I mean, honestly, we should have maybe gone there first, but
well, how did we know?
Right. We didn't. So the cast members are explaining to us what you had to do, and we're like, oh, okay, so I guess we won't get that video today, but how does this work? And so they were kind of explaining how, you get to choose and things. And meanwhile, as I was talking to them, who comes up to you, Richard?
This gentleman by the name of Matt, and says, hey guys, I saw your celebration videos, and I'm here from Nebraska. I think it was Nebraska. From Nebraska, because I saw your videos.
And I really needed to build a lightsaber at Galaxy's Edge.
I missed celebration, but I told my boss I need to be at Galaxy's Edge on opening day.
Yep.
And he was there because of our influence.
Yeah. And he was there by himself. And meanwhile, as I'm talking to the cast members, they're saying, oh yeah, anyone who builds a lightsaber can bring up to 2 people in with them. So we ask Matt, so Matt, you're building a lightsaber. Are you by yourself? Are you with anyone? He's like, no, I'm by myself. I came here by myself. And we're like, well, would you mind if we tagged along and filmed you? And he's like, oh, sure, go ahead. So we spent the next hour kind of waiting for his time, but also talking to Carlos, who is a cast member who ended up being the head
lightsaber builder.
Wanderer in the room. Who kind of explained how the whole process worked. And so we talked to him, we talked with Matt, we were just gathering all this awesome information as we were waiting to build this lightsaber. So while we did not get to actually build a lightsaber ourselves that we kept, we actually made a great friend, and we got to see the experience. And building a lightsaber is $200, which is quite a pretty penny.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it worked out, and that video, it's like a 20-minute experience. It's really, really transformative, honestly.
Yeah, and the whole experience is like a speakeasy where the story goes that they'll give you this tray of scrap metal just in case the First Order troopers happen to bust in. Hey, what are you guys doing? We're just looking at this tray of scrap metal. Maybe build something with it. Who knows?
Yeah.
So they'll never suspect anything. But as you're building it, you see the form of a lightsaber, the little chamber.
You get to put the kyber crystal in the chamber,
goes in.
And it sings to you.
It sings?
Yeah, it sings to you. When you put in the kyber crystal, it makes a little chime, like a noise.
Oh, I did not hear that. Okay.
Yeah.
Dora is asking, which one did he get?
Ooh.
So
there's 4 different versions. There's power and control. There's I'd have to look these up.
Different elements that the lightsaber carries, but I think she's asking what color did he get?
Oh.
He's a big Mace Windu fan.
Yes.
So he got purple.
A lot of people chose purple. So there's 14 builders of a lightsaber that can go in at each 20 minutes, basically.
So it's like a big oval stand.
Mm-hmm. Oval-shaped room.
Yeah, so everyone gets their little workspace.
Yeah.
when you go to make a reservation, you then choose what kind of hilt you want.
Yes, and there's 4 different versions.
All right, so after they built the hilt, Sarah, then what happened?
Yeah, what they do is all the helpers, all the wanderers go around and put the hilt into these areas around the table.
Cylindrical tube.
Cylindrical tubes around the table. And as they're talking, the music is building and the tubes open and they say, okay, everyone activate. And all the lightsabers turn on and it's kind of dim in the room and all the lightsabers activate and everyone pulls out their lightsabers and pulls them up and it's amazing. And everyone goes, woo and ah.
It's like a crowning moment in everyone's life.
Yeah.
But then who did we hear?
Complete your lightsaber is. Choose your path it cannot, but like your way, it can. May the Force be with you.
Yoda!
Voiced by Frank Oz.
Yes, which always gives me chills. I mean, the music in this show is incredible, honestly.
Yeah,
they did a great job.
Yeah, it really is a presentation, not to be missed. And for $200, that is so worth it.
Yeah, if you think about it, a lot of the Force Effects lightsabers, aren't they 180, 150?
Yeah, 125, 15 years ago.
Right. So, I mean, with this saber, you're getting this whole experience. Plus, you get a pin that denotes which of the 4 builds you're going to do. And then you also get the lightsaber, you get the blade, and you get this awesome carrying case, which honestly, I'm really jealous of the carrying case. It's so cool. It looks amazing. But it like slings over your shoulder and it carries your lightsaber.
And everyone there had one.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, and that's what you get. So this experience is amazing. And if one of your priorities is to build a lightsaber, then what you need to do for your 4-hour reservation window is you need to follow the cast members. And when they say, okay, Savi's workshop, and they point, you like go that direction and make your appointment. Because what they'll do is you'll make your appointment at the beginning of your 4 hours to come back at some point within that reservation. So you don't have to wait there the whole time. You just get your appointment and come back. So you can do other things as you wait, which is amazing. So that was like such a stroke of luck.
Yeah.
And that was the last hour. Like we actually got into the last build time of the night. So it was like 11:45, almost midnight by the time we got in to build the lightsaber. And we got out of there at 12:15. I think it was very dark. And it was so cool in the land. And unfortunately, the cast members, the residents of Batuu were ready for us to leave. So they were kind of slowly trying to shoo us out. But that is when we encountered one cast member who she started talking to us, even though the other cast members were trying to like shoo us along. She just started talking to us and we started asking her questions because that's what we do. And I asked her, oh, so how did you arrive in Batuu? And she's like, wait, me or my character. I'm like, oh no, your character. And she's like, oh, this is the first time I get to say this. And she got all excited and she gave us her whole backstory. So that is another recommendation to talk to the citizens of Batuu because it's really, really cool. All right. So with that being said, should we go down our wish list?
All right. So let's wrap things up now with our wish list then.
Okay, let's do it. So I think what would be amazing is within the marketplace if they had one shop that was owned by an Alderaanian lady and she did hair, all kinds of elegant, intricate braids for girls and women. None of this boutique, what is it?
Bibbidi-bobbidi
boutique that's only up to 14 years old. No. You should be able to make an appointment to have your hair all braided, all cool by an Alderaanian woman.
That is literally the best idea I've heard.
I would be so excited. I'd be the first. That would be like my building a lightsaber.
Oh, yeah.
Would absolutely be the braids.
Not only would they do the braids, they would also have to do, wait for it, star puffs. Now, you vintage Kenner fans know exactly what I'm talking about. On the Princess Leia 12-inch doll, in the back, they would have different hairstyles you could style her hair in.
Okay.
And they're called star puffs.
Oh, that's funny.
If they, you know what? I would go for a star puff if they offered star puffs. I'm saying that right now.
That's awesome. All right, what is your wish list item?
The one thing I've always wanted to do is walk up the loading ramp on the Millennium Falcon. Aside from sitting in the cockpit, I want to walk up that ramp. And unfortunately, you're not able to.
No, they have the whole Falcon kind of blocked off. You can't really touch it.
Yeah, right where let's say where the landing struts are.
Yes.
I would say about maybe 30 feet out is all fenced in, so you can't get anywhere close to that area. So I want to get that cool pose of Han Solo where his hands are flared out. He got the blaster up and he's the Docking Bay 94 battle. I want that picture.
Yeah.
I want that picture right now. So that's the one thing I really wished, as well as creature denizens at Black Spire Outpost.
Yeah.
This was something that they were going to do a while ago, but I guess they scaled back. It's not going to work out.
Yeah, the entertainment budget was scaled back a bit.
Right.
Yes.
But now they do have balconies on some of the spires, and on the Smugglers Run ride, you can see little ledges. So I want to see like creatures up there. They're working. They're doing something. And there's some other bridges that go from one area to the next. You can probably for actual Disney crew members,
right.
But you put up some creatures up there, and they're working and doing something. They're welding. But I want to see more creatures walking around. And when we first saw Batuu on Star Tours, the Star Speeder lands, and you see the Authorians walking around and IG droids out there and Aqualish, yes. And I got so excited because I want to walk amongst those creatures and droids.
Well, so one other thing is that they mentioned, like at D23, is that they're going to have droids wandering about.
Yeah. Autonomous droids.
Now, they do not have those, but... And I don't know if they are going to have those, even though that was something that was kind of promised. But, you can build a droid there. And we have not done this yet. But people who do build a droid, you can actually control it with an app on your phone. And if you happen in the right place at the right time, they have droid races with droids that you build. So at about 5 minutes to midnight on like Saturday night or Sunday night, when the park had cleared out a little bit, I guess Chewie rounded up a bunch of people with droids and had a droid race there at like 5 minutes to midnight. So there's things that happen that you just have to kind of fall into.
Yeah, and by that, there'll be some Batuu citizens or underground resistance followers, sympathizers who might come up to you and say, hey, we're having a meeting over here in 10 minutes. So they'll whisper something to you. And if they say that, do it.
Yeah.
If they say meet over there in 10 minutes, you go over there.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be a moment.
Yeah.
And some people are getting nervous, like, oh, if they come over to me and start whispering something, what do I say? What do I do? And they're not going to make you feel uncomfortable. They're just going to say, hey, meet us down there in 10 minutes. And they walk away.
Right.
But if you engage in conversation, they'll keep on going.
And there are some citizens of Batuu wandering around that'll give you some like cards for certain missions. Now, we did not get any of these, but we heard that this happens. And Jeff, thank you for pointing this out. So we heard that this happens, but we'll be on the lookout for those.
Yeah.
And once you collect all the cards, apparently you go on a special mission. Yeah. So we are excited about that. There's just so much to explore. Okay, so that is our trip to Galaxy's Edge. We look forward to much, much more.
Well, as they say at the Black Spire Outpost, till the spire. That means see you later until we meet at the spire once again.
It's exciting to think about this as only the beginning and to think about how this land will be living and breathing and evolving. There is nothing actually more meaningful and more special than to provide a place for people to experience Star Wars with their family for decades to come.
Shout-outs, Skywalker shout-outs. Which Skywalkers get props from here in Neverland? Who was tweeted out? Shout-out. Who was photobombed? Shout-out. Who was shared a post? Shout-out.
Well, since May 31st, we've been putting out videos on the merchandise and the lightsaber making experience of Galaxy's Edge on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/skywalkingthrough Neverland. And these videos have been getting thousands of views and hundreds of comments. And so we want to welcome all the new Skywalkers that have subscribed. Thank you, and thank you for joining us if you're listening now. And also, we want to bring up a couple comments. So one is from Chris D, and he's commenting on one of our merchandise videos, and he says, "Thank you so much for this video! The merchandise is amazing at Galaxy's Edge, and I've been making a list of the things I want to see, how much I would have to save up to get what I want. And this video has helped me the most so far. Can't wait to see what else is in store." Well, Chris, you have really motivated us to take more merchandise videos with prices, because apparently a lot of people do merchandise videos like, here, this is what this is, but they don't actually look at all the pricing. So
Yeah, and the prices is the deciding factor whether or not you're going to get something.
Yeah, and it's helpful for people who are trying to plan and budget. Like I know Teresa has watched many, many videos trying to figure out how to build a droid and what she all wants and all the features. Like, she's just having the most fun planning this stuff. So we like to help with that. We also have one more comment, and that is from Russell Scott on the Build Your Own Lightsaber video, and he says, "Too expensive, but it is the best lightsaber building experience I've ever seen." So thank you, Russell. And there's many, many comments on these videos. It's really interesting.
You know, if it is too expensive for some people and they still want to see the experience firsthand, maybe go over to Savi's workshop and ask, hey, does anyone have room for one more?
Yeah.
Maybe you can jump in with them.
Yeah, maybe make some friends. Make some friends. That's a way to see it without actually paying that price.
Or just go over to the Skywalking Through Neverland YouTube channel and watch our video.
Nice.
I snuck that one in there.
Yes, you did. All right, well, once a month, we give a huge shout out to our Skywalking Force. We want to thank all of you for contributing to the success of this show and our YouTube channel. I mean, honestly, without you, we would not have got as far as we have. So here are the May shout-outs, and this list just keeps getting longer. You want to start us out, Richard?
Oh, I sure will. With the best in-laws this side of the spire, Peter and Norma Heitman. That's your parents.
That's right. We also want to thank Carl Fox,
Michael Knipp,
Scott Hume,
Terry Lee,
Mike Sanders,
Brian Sims,
Bryn McKinnon,
Christopher Marino,
Anthony Kakias,
the Hunt family,
Patrick Pine,
Garrett Sessions,
Laura Bryce,
Reynold Gobey,
Jeff Long,
Dora Speck,
Michelle,
Glenn Stein,
and Chickafent. Or Chickafent's parents.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Much, much appreciated. We couldn't do any of this without you.
And if you are interested in joining forces with this awesome group, see what I did there?
I did.
Please check out skywalkingforce.com.
Well, that wraps up this galactic episode 251 of Skywalking Through Neverland. We'd like to thank all of you Skywalkers for listening every single week, watching our videos, the Skywalking Force members. Can't say this enough. If it weren't for you Skywalkers, we'd be talking into a microphone and no one would be listening.
Indeed. We would also like to thank our sponsor, Small World Vacations. Are you now inundated with all these Galaxy's Edge photos and want to go right now? Well, you can fill out a Get a Quote form at smallworldvacations.com, and their vacation planning service is free of charge, so check it out and tell them that Skywalking Through Neverland sent you. And please check out all the rest of the shows on the Skywalking Network, Skynet, including the Culture Popcast and Sabers and Spells. You can find us all at skywalkingthrough-neverland.com. Now, a huge thank you again for everyone who is part of the Skywalking Force. If you would like more Skywalking Through Neverland in your life, check out skywalkingforce.com and help support our ever-growing Skywalking network. We right now have a commentary track up to Disney's Aladdin, and also for the Skywalking Force, we recorded our first 2 trips to Galaxy's Edge on the binaural microphones. So that is where you'll find that full audio. We're going to probably put it out in 2 chunks, 2 big chunks on skywalkingforce.com. Now, if you'd like to support us in a different way, please share the show with a friend or click on the links to Pozu shoes, Oppo suits, or TeePublic on our website under the Support Us tab. And there you can find the new Skywalker's Rise t-shirt design, which may make you the Rebel Spy.
You know what? I'm not going to say no.
Oh, I know.
Because so far, it's working in Derek's favor. All right, well, now, if you want to watch some really fun, informative videos, head on over there to our Skywalking Through Neverland YouTube channel. We have so much content there and so much more on the way.
All right, if you want to find us on social media, you can go to Twitter or Instagram. We are at Skywalking Pod. You can also join our Facebook group, which is full of amazing people. So search Facebook for Skywalking Through Neverland group and request to join and then answer the questions that pop up. You must answer those questions or we cannot let you in. You can also email us. We are share@skywalkingthroughneverland.com.
And we'd love to hear your reviews, so please head on over there to Apple Podcasts and Stitcher and let us know what you think.
Now stay tuned for bloopers and other fun conversation right after these credits. And, so always remember, till the spire
and
Neverland on Alderaan.
Some imagination, huh?
To our Skywalkers and Tweetwalkers, thanks for listening. Skywalking Through Neverland is created and produced by Richard and Sarah Woloski. Original music by Rob Dellinger. Creative consultant Mark Augushowitz. Technical advisor Peter Heitman. Facebook administrators Donald Wicks, Joey Pittman, and Norma Heitman.
Skywalking Through Neverland is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Any sounds, music, and clips played during this podcast are the property of their copyright holders. All original content is property of Skywalking Through Neverland, all rights reserved. Sorry, had to be said.
May the sun
There's
be
also
with you. What is it?
Moon rising.
No.
Moon rising is like the good evening.
It's not moon rising.
And bright suns.
Rising moons.
Rising moons is more like the evening.
Yes, greeting.
Whereas bright suns is good morning.
Yes.
And I love the fact that they've gone this far to figure out and create their phrases. Yes.
I agree. Now stay tuned for bloopers and other fun Now stay tuned for blooper.
Almost made it to the end.
I just had a blooper in the bloopers. Okay, here we go. Meh. But you can land on Batuu. And we recommend that you do.
Oh, that was good.
And then rhyme some things more too.
And may the Force be with you.
Oh, boo!
Oh, look at that. Gotta go buy me another microphone and drop that.
Yeah, that was amazing.